Good morning. It is 6:22 a.m. on Friday, March 4th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Yesterday was a really long day for me. Oh, hold on. Oh, goodness. I could probably just start the video over at this point. But why not? It's because I'm so put together usually. So an update on yesterday. After recording the video, especially having talked about it publicly and all, I kind of shamed myself into actually doing something about potentially returning the chair. Just, Luna. And so I submitted through Amazon a refund request to the seller, which is different from the maker of the chair. And I had thought that might make things worse, but they got back to me, and so they've accepted. And so what I still have to do is find a way to take the chair back apart, get it all back in the box, and then I'll have to ship it back to them, and then they will refund me once they get it back. So, yay! I mean, it's yay in the sense that, I'll get my refund, but it's also kind of a lot of work to get to that point. And then I still won't have a chair. Still have to find a different new chair. And I haven't 100% decided if I want to still try to go with this model and just find, what would be the right size, or if I want to just revisit doing some other kind of chair entirely. There's so many to choose from. It's very difficult to know what's just the right thing. I tell you. Oh, got a sweet little dog walking around between my feet. Gosh, I'm a little spacey. I was up late because I'm working on kind of a special project for the day job. So I was doing that later than I would normally stay up, and I'm not quite done with it yet, so I have to get back on that. Fortunately, I don't have to do that sort of thing too often. I don't mind every so often taking care of that sort of thing. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm glad that the movie Zootopia is getting good reviews because the trailers made it look fun, and so I want to see that. And I'm just kind of going along to get along. That seems weird phrase. That's not what I mean. I guess it's one of those things where it's like when you talk to your mom or something on the phone and she says, "So, what have you been up to?" And you're like, nothing? And you don't really mean nothing. You just mean that you're continuing to do the same things that you talked about last time. There's no real new information. You're just continuing to move it along. Well, so I guess what I can update on a little bit, even though it's not like an announcement level or anything update, is that in theory, I am still trying to start the audio and ebook versions of Phyllis Esposito, but that's a lot of work, and it's this weird phenomenon that I have created for myself, where the text of it just kind of keeps going day after. Oh goodness, excuse me. I burped into the microphone. It's very unprofessional. um, so the text part keeps just going, and so it just makes the audio and ebook parts further and further behind because it's this element of extra work. It's like I have to do tomorrow's chapter for the website. I don't have to do the audio part. And so it's easier to procrastinate on that stuff, and yet every day that I don't finish it just means that it's that much further behind. It's like I'm not feeling bad in any way about doing all this, but it is weird. It's definitely a disruption to my normal patterns. And it was one thing when it was just for a couple of weeks, but now that it's sort of starting to settle in, that's where the other things that I might have been doing otherwise that are now getting neglected are starting to push back. And it's just like uh, you know, I I'm running sloppy, uncontrolled social experiments on myself, and not doing a good job of keeping track of the data, except for being vaguely aware that stuff is happening. Luna just gently woofed at me. I agree, Luna. Woof. Where is she? There. All right, I'll go. I'm not having a stroke, promise. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.